Do we know developmental stages where identity and conflict occurs? Do we? How many struggling with gender issues return to a healthy state over time? Do we know that? Do we know that statistic? Do we know that number? I'm looking into the eyes of each and every one of you to see how much you truly know as you work to make an informed decision. How many turn to drugs or suicide later in life because of unresolved issues? Do you know the answer to that question? I'm a healthcare professional, and I struggle to work with the health of society because there are so many different influences, not only from the neighborhoods that we live in, the households that we are raised in, but also now from the internet and from the many venues of communication that we have access to. So our students are bombarded with all sorts of information with regard to their identity, who they are to become, how are they supposed to act, what are they supposed to wear, what should they look like. Do you know when this happens? That was one of my first questions. Do you know when gender identity issues truly arise? I'm not hearing a response, so I'm going to take that as a no.
Well, in the
No,
information
please.
I've read, it's by age 4.
Yeah, 2 to 3 is the first time that children, you have that, I don't have that, what's that? I want one. Okay, 2 to 3 is the age that it starts. That's the gender confusion. By the time a child moves from toddlerhood into prepubescence and then puberty, it's again accentuated. Because again, they've got the hormones raging. They've got the development of body parts that they didn't see in certain sizes before. So they're questioning, what am I supposed to do this? How do I feel? Why are these emotions coming through my body? You know, who am I? Am I a male? Am I a female? Which way do I identify in a stronger way? Then you move into puberty and adolescence, and it happens again. And so now, in society before, prior to the electronic age, we had parents who guided us, we had religious advisors who guided us, we had community, neighborhoods. Now we have the internet, now we have different forces and sources that are available to us to be able to educate us, which can be a wonderful thing, but it can also be challenging as we try to work within the auspices of all the information coming through. So my question to you is, do you know enough about transgender, about gender identity, to be able to make an informed decision on this policy? I'm pleased to see that you tabled it. And I believe in fairness for everyone who attends this school, but we have to remember that our primary goal is the education of all students, the education of all students. And I tend to think that we're turning this into a civil liberties issue versus an educational issue. So I'm asking you to just take a really good look at the policy, to identify and answer those questions that I posed to you, and to seek out additional support from the medical community. Because there are studies and there are doctors out of Johns Hopkins who have done a tremendous amount of research and talk about the fact that as we work with students and provide them with support, with the mental, emotional, and physical support that they need, that they turn out to be healthy individuals all the way around. Thank you.
I can speak only for myself, is that I think the reason why we struggled with it is because we want to do right by everyone that's in the building. It was not a decision, it would have been very easy to just pass the policy as it is without taking all of the questions that you posed and from other individuals on the board to answer the question, which is the reason why we said we would table it, so that we would have more time for discussion. Because it isn't just about one population, however small it is. It's about all of the students that go in the building, as well as the teachers, and also just trying to make it a reality, putting the policy into place. It's very easy also to come up with a policy, but making it work also takes some time to make sure that we're doing it the right way.
My mom has been a behavioral health nurse for 25 years, and my dad is an Episcopal priest. So I've had the opportunity to grow up with two very caring and open-minded parents, and we talk about this a lot. And growing up, they've been super open-minded about all this, and I think given my brothers and I a super, really, cool way to grow up, and, interacting with people who are different from you. And I don't think it matters what age you know what gender you are or whatever, because the world's in black and white like that. So, yeah, I don't think the world's in black and white, and I don't think that whatever age they think that, I don't think that matters. I mean, it's kind of hard to speak for something that, speak about someone when, you're not going through the same thing as them.
Thank you.